Back in 2023, the Soundstage team traveled to Denmark and visited DALI, where they walked us through everything that went into designing and manufacturing their flagship IO-12 over-ear headphones. At the time, we didn't get to listen to them all that much, but my first impressions got me curious to see how they would fit into my day-to-day life. Fast forward to the end of the summer of 2024, and the opportunity to borrow a set of the IO-12s for a few months came forward. With some travel already booked and a newborn baby on the way at home, this seemed like a great time to try out the DALI IO-12s in a bunch of environments. By the way, those DALI videos are linked in the show notes if you want more behind the scenes look into the technology, design, and how these headphones came to be by the team that made them. You should definitely check them out. And if you enjoy the content that Soundstage produces, give us a like and subscribe. It will keep you posted on all the new videos as they come out and help us know that we're making the right content. The packaging for the IO-12s is substantial, with a quality unboxing experience with nice details. After uncovering the headphones themselves, you'll find a quick start guide right in front of you before getting to the carrying case. It gave me all the info I needed to get started. Anyone who's watched any previous practical audiophile videos knows I'm not a real big fan of reading instructions. The carrying case is a sturdy, reinforced nylon material that seems more than durable enough to protect your investment. Inside the case, you'll notice separate compartments for different cables and adapters, as well as a form section for the headphones themselves. The IO-12 design allows for the headphone cups to lay flat in either rotation, though it doesn't offer any ability to fold the headphones into a smaller orientation for travel. Going over the cables included, you'll find a USB-C to USB Type-A cable for charging and listening, two different lengths of 3.5mm to 3.5mm cable for a wired connection, a 3.5mm to 1/4 inch adapter, and a 3.5mm to dual prong jack for those rare airplanes that still have that standard. I'm a sucker for small details, and the woven fabric cables with DALI embossed in the heads are a nice touch. The one accessory I feel is missing is a USB-C to USB-C cable. My computers, chargers, and even most of my wall outlets at home are all equipped with the USB-C standard, and it would have been a nice touch to have those slick DALI branded cables included. Good news is that the headphones don't seem to be fussy with third-party cables, and all of my existing ones got the job done. You can have any color you like as long as it's brown. DALI took a bold stance with a singular color option for the IO-12s. The dark chocolate brown is a subtle color that doesn't scream a particular style, while the gold accents add a bit of sophistication to the overall look. The top of the headband and ear cups are made of soft, genuine leather that feel great as you wear them. The rectangular design easily covers my ears and offers a change from the mostly oval or circular ear cups out there. When talking with the DALI engineers about the design, they explain this subtle ridge on the back of the ear cups helps close the gap behind your ear and keep all the musical goodness inside. We have a full insight video talking about that design detail and many others directly from the DALI team on our YouTube channel. Below the stylish dark chocolate brown, the IO-12s pack massive 50mm drivers with DALI's patented SMC material, which is said to reduce distortion in the motor system. DALI also uses this in their loudspeaker drivers. For wireless codecs, you have access to AAC, aptX, aptX HD, and aptX Adaptive with a Bluetooth 5.2 connection. You also get up to 24-bit, 96 kHz sample rates. All of this with a battery life rated at 35 hours while using them in active mode, which seems to be pretty accurate based on my trips with them and infrequent charge-ups. If you do happen to run out of power, the ability to go fully passive with the 3.5mm connection means you'll never be without your music. That's not to say that the passive mode is an afterthought. These headphones were designed from the ground up to give you a great performance even without the extra electronics. Tech specs aside, the IO-12s sound large. Those 50mm drivers pack a punch and deliver a top-notch experience. Most of my listening was done with the headphones powered on and in active mode using the Bluetooth connection. If you're someone that likes an emphasis on bass, the IO-12s have a toggle that lets you switch them to bass mode, which adds even more thump without being completely over-exaggerated. Vocals and other mids get pushed back a bit to give way for the extra low end, though they never get drowned out or completely lost. For movie and TV show viewing, especially ones with action and dynamic audio, bass was a fun mode to switch on. I found the default hi-fi mode was where I spent most of my time with the IO-12s. The highs offered good detail without being too sharp, and the smooth mids and tight bass made for pleasurable long listening sessions for a wide range of genres. The headphones created a wide and relatively deep soundstage with detailed imaging that made layered music really fun to listen to. The placement on my head seemed to change the sound a fair bit, and I found myself pushing them back from center, which hit a sweet spot for me with a little bit more in the mids and a little bit less in the highs. This could just be my head or ear shape, so it would be worth experimenting the placement when you try them on. If by choice or by forgetting to charge up your IO-12s, you find yourself using them in passive mode, you'll be sure to have a good experience. Without any electronic processing, I found the headphones were neutral enough to edit talking head interviews without worrying about overdoing the mix. The music I listened to still had the same clarity and roughly the same balance as they do when in active modes, though with a smaller soundstage and less punch in the bass. It's hard to point to any issues in the sound signature of these headphones, as they offer a good balance and solid performance through and through. There are some individuals' preferences that might sway you away or towards the IO-12s, though I'd wager the majority of those who pick them up will be more than happy with the experience. Something that I'm sure will be a divisive decision in the IO-12s is that there is no companion app available to modify the settings or play with the sound profiles. This was a conscious choice. DALI designed the headphones the best way they could to sound as they intended and provided a bit of flexibility with the hi-fi and bass modes. I could see both sides of the debate. Having an app would allow you to fine-tune the headphones to a personal preference, while keeping them tuned as is from DALI liberates you from tinkering. It's a bold move from DALI, especially in a time where everything in our lives, down to the toaster, can have an app. Personally, I didn't feel as though I was missing out on anything by not having an app on the IO-12s. This can be in part to how well the headphones operate with their physical buttons and existing settings. Everything is responsive and laid out to where muscle memory kicks in after a couple of sessions. I did notice myself accidentally activating the large side button that controls play-pause while leaning my head while on airplanes. The button isn't as sensitive as some others, and it does still require a physical click instead of just a capacitive touch. Still, I'd love a way to lock out those controls with a long press or another mechanism for situations where I'm going to be leaning my head against something. The fit of the headphones does a lot for their overall noise cancellation. The size of the cups is generous, and my slightly above average ears fit in no problem, while subtle details like this extended bump in the lower back of the cups close the gap between your ear to help keep out the outside world. The active noise cancellation is okay. It takes the harsh noise of airplanes and crowded cafes away to help you focus on the music. I would say there are other headphones out there that offer better active noise cancellation performance. I'm thinking Bose Quiet Comfort, Apple AirPod Max, and Sony right off the top of my head, though none of those offerings come close to matching the quality of audio that the IO-12s deliver. In my mind, it comes down to what you value more and where and how you plan on using headphones. I traveled with these headphones quite a bit, to Brazil, throughout the States, and back and forth from Europe. The quality of sound these pump out was awesome, though I do find the size and form factor make it more challenging to just throw into my carry-on luggage. The included case is quite large and didn't make for an easy fit in my go-to backpack. For most of my trips, I ended up leaving the case behind to gain a bit more real estate in my bag, which left me worrying about damage to the headphones. Luckily, the build quality has held up, and the IO-12s have made it through many a passport checks without any issues. If you're someone who likes to pack small and compact, the IO-12s may be a bit on the large size for your liking. I got the most enjoyment out of using the IO-12s around my home and hotel rooms. Around my home, these were the go-to headphones when my kids were sleeping or my wife was doing something and didn't need my music playing in the background. In hotel rooms, it made for a significantly better audio experience when catching up on the White Lotus or relaxing with some music without the chatter of the hallways or noise from the streets. If I could recommend a song to listen to with the IO-12s, it would be I Got You Honey by O.C. Elliott. I just adore the way the acoustic guitar and soothing vocals come to life on these headphones. For those looking to buy a pair of DALI IO-12s, the price as of publishing this video is $1,500 American, $1,700 Canadian, and 999 euros. No doubt they're an investment, though if audio quality is high on your checklist for a headphone that includes Bluetooth, ANC, passive mode options, all wrapped up in a sleek design with quality materials, the IO-12s are worth checking out. Personally, I could see myself living with them as my primary headphone for an extended period of time. The thing that could eventually have me looking at other options is simply their size in my carry-on luggage. For now, the IO-12's performance has me excited enough to pack a little less of something else to make sure they come with me. When shopping for your next set of headphones, what do you look for? Do you aim for audio quality as the most important factor, or is the design, portability, ANC, or other features what really makes the difference? What headphones would you like to see reviewed next? Be sure to leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. Take care and all the best.